I hope you all are fit and fine. So welcome in our chemistry class, and we are at chapter number 3. Name of the chapter is elements, compounds and mixtures. And in the previous video we have already discussed about the mixture and its types. So today we will perform an experiment in which we prepare a mixture and a compound of iron and sulfur. Then we will differentiate between the mixture and the compound. So let's start with this experiment. The apparatus used for this is hard glass test tube, then test tube holder, pestle and motor, 2 watch glasses, hand lens, magnet, rack full of test tubes, then Bunsen burner. Now the chemicals required for this experiments are iron filings, sulfur and carbon disulfide. Now let us see the procedure for this experiment. Firstly, we will prepare the mixture of iron and sulfur. So firstly we will take 10 gram of iron filings and 10 gram of sulfur, put them in piston, and with the help of motor we will grind them thoroughly. Then after that we got the mixture of iron and sulfur. Divide this mixture into 2 halves and put them in separate watch glasses. Now in the second step we prepare the compound of iron and sulfur, that is iron sulfide. So for this we will transfer the mixture of 1 watch glass into the test tube and then hold the test tube with the help of test tube holder. Then heat the mixture with the help of Bunsen burner till its content starts glowing with reddish glow. Then stop heating. It is observed that the test tube will continue glowing for some time because iron reacts with sulfur and form iron sulfide with the release of heat energy. When the substance in the test tube get cooled, then we can remove the substance from the test tube and transfer it into the piston and grind it well with the help of motor. Then after that transfer it to the watch glass. So this is the formation of the compound. Now we will perform the experiment. So the first one is action with magnet. So for that we will take mixture and compound and keep the magnet near to both of the watch glasses. Then after that we will observe that the iron particles in case of mixture are attracted towards the magnet, but this is not done in case of compound. Hence we conclude that we can separate the mixture by physical means, but this can be not done in case of compounds. Then the second one is observation under magnifying glass. In this we will observe the mixture and compound by using the magnifying glass. In case of mixture we will observe that the particles of iron and sulfur, but these are non-uniformly distributed. But in case of compound we see the uniformly distributed grey particles. So we can say that in case of mixture it is heterogeneous in nature, but in case of compounds it is homogeneous in nature. Then the third observation is action with carbon disulfide. So place a small amount of mixture and compound in separate test tubes and add carbon disulfide in it and shake the test tubes well. After that you will observe that in case of mixture the sulfur dissolves in carbon disulfide and iron settle down. So we can say that the mixture can be separated by the physical means by the action of carbon disulfide, but compounds do not separate by the any physical methods. Now the next one is action with heat. So place small amount of mixture and compound in separate test tubes and then heat them strongly with the help of Bunsen burner, and we observe that in case of mixture the sulfur melts and the test tube starts glowing After some time, even it is taken out from the Bunsen burner. Finally, it forms a grey solid mass, but in case of compound, no visible reaction will take place. Next we will see the difference between a compound and a mixture. First point is a compound is formed from its constituent elements as a result of chemical reactions. Means compounds are formed by the chemical reactions only with the help of elements. In case of mixture, a mixture is obtained from its components that are elements and compounds as a result of physical change. Means this can be done with the physical changes. Second point is a compound is always homogeneous in nature. Means the composition of the elements is uniform throughout the mass. But in case of mixture, these can be homogeneous or heterogeneous. Means sometimes the composition is uniformly distributed, but sometimes the composition is non-uniformly distributed. Third point is in a compound the elements are present in a fixed ratio by weight. For example, in case of formation of water, because water is a compound, it is formed by the ratio of 1:8 by weight. But in case of mixtures, the components can be present in any ratio. This is our choice that we have to take the components in any ratio. Next point is the properties of a compound are different from those of its element. For example, in case of water, its property is it is used as a fire extinguisher, but its components like hydrogen and oxygen, they promote combustion. So the properties of the compounds are always different from that of its elements. In case of mixture, the properties of a mixture lies between those of its components. Fifth point is the components of the compound cannot be separated by the physical methods, but it can be separated by the chemical methods only. But on the other hand, in case of mixtures, the components of the mixture can be separated by the physical methods. Last point is the formation of a compound from its elements is accompanied by the energy changes. Like some reactions are exothermic and some reactions are endothermic. But in case of mixture, the formation of a mixture from its constituent is not accompanied by any type of energy changes.